So when I first met Val, I was in a healing state. I have been in a relationship, not really long, but not that long, relationship, and have been single for about 6 to 8 months before I decided to actually try again. And what I thought of him at first was, let me think, he was not like super swagalicious, and I was like, well, we'll see, because I already liked his voice. So I met him on the phone first, and I really, really liked his voice. So he was already in there by the time I actually met him in person. It was really already a done deal.
For my first impression of Tashana, so my first impression was really, it was beautiful girl, and that I wanted to get to know more about her. So, we'd already talked, so it was just trying to see if the connection was still there in person as it was on the phone.
The moment that made me think that that Val was really special, that there may be something there, was when I was at work and I found myself writing songs about him and writing poetry about him. That's when I was like, all right, this guy's in my head. So that would be the moment that made me think that it might be something a little more. I got stuck on that song, Good Trouble by India Ari. Yeah, that was my song around that time. So that was kind of how.
A moment. I don't know if there was a moment a specific moment that I knew I wanted to pursue her seriously, because we had already talked so much on the phone that, I was already in a place of, I wanted to, if I felt a connection with someone, that I wanted to pursue that seriously. So I think it was gradual, and it just kept building momentum every time we talked or saw each other.
You want to go first?
I mean, it was brunch at Little Creek Diner. I asked her if she'd ever been there before, and I think it went well. I mean, got to know more about, like, we both connected on liking coffee, and and we found out that we both don't like to spend money frivolously.
Yeah.
So, and the food was good. So, and we got to talk. So,
yeah, that was a all-day date, because we went to Little Creek Diner and then we went to thrift store after that. I think I just really wanted it to keep going, because there was definitely a chemistry there, and I just, as much as I enjoyed the conversations on the phone, it actually was just as great in person. So, and we have gone back to that same Little Creek Diner every year
Yeah.
on the same day, or at least the same weekend. We try to go on the same day and sit relatively in the same spot.
Right.
Yeah, we're corny like that.
It's
But
not corny.
we'll definitely be there this year.
Yeah.
Again, so. The unexpected thing that really made me really fall in love with Val was our first trip together, and we went to DC for Val's birthday. And we had been dating for a couple of months at this point, and Val was just a complete gentleman. I'll say it like that. A total opposite of, I think, every guy that I have ever dated. He was just very caring, very kind, very accepting of me, my values, which was something that I really had a hard time finding before him. And that was definitely when I knew that, yeah, this guy is different, and in a definitely great way. So that was number 6.
I would probably say the one thing that I really said, yeah, I could see myself with Deshauna, was we had I guess you could call it a date, where she wanted to go and give to people that were homeless or downtrodden or what have you. So, and she had made all these little bags that had, like, you know, toiletries, and she even put a little bit of money inside each one. And we just went into downtown Newport News, and we were just driving around trying to find people just to give them a little something, to hopefully help them, you know, in that moment, and just know that people are out there that actually do care. So that was probably like one of the big things. I was like, I don't think, no, I know there was never anyone that I ever even dated that showed that kind of compassion and love for other people. So yeah.
That was definitely a defining moment for me too, to find that that he was willing to do that. So. Is there such thing as a funny misstep?
I don't know if there's a funny misstep, but
I don't know either.
I mean, I think we face challenges like every other couple would face challenges. You know, I think the biggest thing is really learning each other and how you communicate with each other and how you communicate with other people. So that, at least in my mind, that was a challenge. But I think even those challenges continue to work on. So.
Yeah, I think communication with each other versus how we previously communicated with other people.
Yeah.
For me, that was kind of a big thing. And really learning how what I say and how I say it affects your body language, because that's what I read. I read a lot into body language. So understanding how to attempt to communicate in a way that is respectful and disarming or not arming is has definitely been a, you know, kind of a guiding post, I would say,
Yeah.
for how we have grown together in a way. Being loved by Val feels very safe. That's the greatest thing that I can say is I understand Val's heart, so that even when I'm not happy with him, I know where his heart is, and I know that he's a safe space, and that definitely is very comforting, something that I really needed and really appreciate.
So, I think Tashawn's definitely changed my outlook on life for sure, because I look forward to growing and spending life together. So that's huge. You know, because there was always a time that I was like, I'll just be single the rest of my life, or I'm just gonna do me. And then I think, you know, I don't know that I was always wanting to be in love and, you know, have that life, you know, you have that kind of thought of what it's like in the movies or on TV or whatever, but to actually find someone that can give that to you is great. So that's what I would say. She changed how I looked at the outlook of my life.
Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Focus inward on the person that you want to build a relationship with, and focus inward on yourself. Make sure that you know what you want first, particularly so that you can communicate that with the other person. And don't worry about how other couples are doing it, because your love story is your love story. If I would have gone into this expecting Val to be something that I saw on TV or something that I saw in other relationships, it definitely would not have worked, because he's definitely his own person, you know, in his own right. And I'm my own person in my own right. So I would definitely just say, you know, look inward, stay inward, keep outward out there.
Yeah, I would say in the same way to, you know, kind of block out the noise, which is everything on the outside, but also on the inside, to also really try to put yourself into a space where you're giving to your partner and not have the expectation that it's got to come back to you in any sort of particular way. So if you're focused on pouring yourself into the other person, I think that it'll kind of come together.
It has to be the right person.
Well, yeah. I
If you pour it to the wrong person, they just gonna keep accepting, and they not gonna pour back.
Right.
But pouring into the right person.
Right. But you'll know if the person is kind of taking advantage or not. So they, but I feel like if you feel like you found the right person and you're more focused on yourself than the other person, then I think it doesn't build as strong of a foundation.
How would I describe our love story? Is it was worth the wait.
I would agree with that for sure. I mean, if I was gonna do it in like one,
It says one sentence.
I was gonna say one word.
Oh, one word. Go ahead.
Yeah, the word. I guess that was